There is a prophet who is trying to come into this country, and I believe this kind of a prophet we don't need in this country. This is the man then. His name is Prophet Leeroy Shiri or something like that. Prophet Leeroy was arrested not long ago, 2024, and he had a situation where he was being accused of beating a female 50-something-year-old for being a gossiper. Yeah, that's the man who's trying to come here and rebrand himself here. I'll show you that in this particular episode. It's the Rex Reality Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes done today, they'll be down in the pinned comments. This man here, he runs a ministry. I think they call themselves the Spring of Living Waters Ministries International. We are wanting to be international. Wanting to be international, isn't it? That is what he's wanting. He's wanting to be international. But we already have enough of our own problems with people that already are abusive to us. The whole couple fights and whatnot. The last thing we need is a person on the pulpit beating church members for being gossipers. Now, you'll hear, very interesting, what exactly he claimed that the lady had been gossiping. A 54-year-old lady. Now it's trying to rebrand here. His kind we don't need. This prophet ran a church, I think in the region of Kwekwe in Zimbabwe. And so there was such uproar to a point where I think there was even a moment where the church disrupted the community, disrupted his church. At one particular point, you'll see protesters come to his church in Kwekwe, Midlands, during service. After what, right? You can see what it says right there. So they came and disrupted his church after his church had shown itself in thing. Okay, the particular post here says a church of Prophet Leeroy Shiri, which is spring of water, of living waters ministry. These living waters people. Makey, that's what they should just call it. Was forced to end abruptly. Okay, they say after this afternoon when protesters stormed into the particular primary school where this entire thing went and demanded that he must first apologize to worshippers he allegedly assaulted. Okay, was released on bail of $50, 1,000 rands basically, by the Kwekwe magistrate and what. So even the community, that side, they had a problem with this man them. Okay? They had a problem with this man them, and you can see when the community went over there to stop him from running his services after he traumatized people by beating a church member and so forth. So they went there to bring order to the man then. If church people won't have order, they won't think reason. Now, you may be wondering what exactly were the claims. And I'll tell you why. His brand of Christianity, it's not. There's nothing impressive. As you can see, it's the same people falling as if it's deliverance and all this. Your kind of football Christianity. We don't need all this. Can take his football Christianity back to Zimbabwe. Maybe they like it over there. We don't have space for that kind of thing. So right now, as I mentioned, he's trying to rebrand himself and establish himself here in South Africa, specifically Johannesburg. This particular man. Okay, if you actually spot that their particular page actually reports that they are trying to branch themselves in Germiston, South Africa. So in Johannesburg, that's where they want to establish themselves. You see, him and his kind of beating church members, we can keep it in Zimbabwe. they're already protesting him. He should not be on the pulpit anywhere. Anywhere. This is not even that old of a case. Now, you'll know, it would be one thing if we just only had that part of the story. But we actually have proof that he was arrested, particularly for this situation. Here he was. There's a picture of him when he was captured by the police and taken in. That's him there with the police. After this whole situation had come up and stuff like that. Now, you would think maybe that's about it. No, that's not about it. There was an audio. There was an audio you can find. Zim Celebs actually posted this audio around the same time, where you can hear him saying what the lady that he assaulted was supposedly gossiping about. This is what it says. So the issue of the mouth, you hear them there. It was an audio, ne? It wasn't video. Muchechi ndimatanga nditanga kurowa here ngokuti mungade kutaura kuti hanzi hey mazodi maita basa mazodi ndiwo mwana unotanga kurowa saka uri mwana here kana kuti utori amai wakatozvimirira uri independent aindotori mwana aende chero zvamaita ndongora machingori pasi because muchechi handisika nokuti kwaenda saka munoda kuti munotiona sani nini munondoona semunhu atori confused anongogara achita zvisina nebasa rese ndoupenyu hwangu. Vunzai mai shiri pana ndopedza vanga nemaservice ndichi vachinondiigara chikafu kumaino ndichishandira muri kuti muri rarama monita mbavha moto ndiri mbavha ine. So the gossip was also involving him. She was saying, supposedly according to him, that he's a thief, he's a crook, basically. That's kind of like the claims. That he was doing fraud.
Apana kwendozivei
ko maridzo iyi muri kutaura kuti prayer aya akuzwa kuti prayer uri muri kunzisa ndiri kuziva zvinhu muri kuti ndichitaura ndisi
ndiri kutati avari kundinyepera
kana muchiti ndichiri kutaura ini muri kuratidza kuti mukura kuti kudi taura ini. Are you even sorry for your actions? All you know is talking, defending yourself over zvinhu basa rese. Is this what you can defend? Do unero mukadzi mukuru akaita zvinhu zvekuti when people are looking at you vhudzi riri kutena grey munoswera muchitaura zvisina nebasa rese. 2019 2020 you said something zvandakanzwa. 20 mai matisomu lockdown you said something futi zvandakanzwa. Vanhu vese vari kunyepa kuti mai matadzi kusaka kubvunzai kwatai kuita imhosva usabvunza imhosva here kusabvunza imhosva here kusabvunza ndiri kutaura nemai matadzi muda ndiwedzere kunyatso kurova ndiri ndati imhosva here kusabvunza. Anyways, so that's the kind of a man then he is. Yeah, we don't need his kind in the country. Yes, this particular so-called prophet, this one, who's trying to start a church in Jimiston, we don't need his kind at all. Not even halfway. We don't need this kind. The kind that can beat church members in front of congregants. And the people there stopped him having a church. And he wants to establish here. No, please, SAPS and the Home Affairs people, yeah, you see, this one we block. We don't want him. CRL, you want to do rights of people? Yeah, they said they are their rights. Go right there. Carry him, take him back. Can go back. His kind we don't want in this country. We don't need. We have enough of our own issues. We don't need his kind that beat 54-year-olds in church, interrogating them, beating them. That's what he was arrested for. So please, Home Affairs people, do us a favor. This one we don't want. We have enough. He left there to rebrand himself. Now he's here, wanting to rebrand himself here. We don't want his kind here. His name is Leeroy. I don't know what is legal, if that's his legal name. You know, in Zim it's very popular to be changing your name up and down. In Zim it's very popular for these mandems to be changing their name up and down. So that's him there. That's Leeroy Shiri. Yeah, Leeroy, you can go back, my man. Thank you very, very much. No, your kind we don't need. Not your kind that beats up old people in church claiming their gospel. Yeah, no, we don't need. We don't need your kind. We don't, no, let alone on the pulpit. Yeah, let alone on the pulpit, we just don't need your kind at all, completely. You can leave us you can leave us in peace. We don't have to be answering for the things that you want to be doing there. We don't have that energy to be. Yeah, you see, we have enough here. We have to answer for Enigma. You know, answer for me. It's enough that. You know, it's too much. It's too much. So we just don't have the energy to be answering for you. Should you want to replicate this behavior here? Yeah, no, you see here, it's a different kind of a country. So your kind, we just don't need at all. So if you are a member there, or you are planning to be a member, Leeroy Shiri has an issue, has anger issues beating church members in church, claiming they are gossipers in front. Elderly, this is an elderly person. You can hear him saying, a person of her age, what. So he's aware. It doesn't bother him. It doesn't faze him. His kind, we don't need. It's Ricky, we're done.